Yaori was pulled into the arms of the red-haired man. I couldn't save you back then. Sorry. I'm sorry. Last time we said you and Yaori finally got the courage to go back to school 2 years after that incident. But who would have thought that day on the subway, he'd see the man who gave him nightmares every Monday night. After a while, Yaori finally snapped out of his shock. Just as he was about to leave, the man suddenly blocked his way. Long time no see. Let's talk. Yaori instantly burned. Move. He shoved the guy aside trying to get away fast. But the man grabbed his arm. This drove Yaori crazy. He couldn't help but shout. I said let go. Soon the commotion caught people's attention. Isn't that Jiang Xizai? Red hair sensed trouble. Before Yaori could react, he dragged into a corner with no one around. Yaori rubbed his sore wrist and said, I have nothing to say to you. But the next second the man suddenly hummed. I couldn't save you back. I'm sorry, I had no choice. It's all because of that damn bastard Jiang Xizai. He went around saying he saw us leaving the orphanage together. You know my dream is to be a singer, right? If people found out you were an orphan, maybe it wouldn't matter, but me. But before he could finish, Yaori shoved him away. Enough, I don't want to hear it. But the man kept making excuses. But Yaori didn't believe his lies. Why are you only telling me this now? Weren't you the one who had people torture me back then? And you're defending yourself with such a ridiculous excuse. If it's an apology, you think I should just accept it? The man looked deep. He didn't dare look at him. It's just that you had bad luck and got caught by those punks. They were always suspicious of me too. I was struggling. You didn't have anything to lose anyway, right? You're my friend though. Can't you understand that much? Stop lying. I heard everything. Red hair finally lost his patience and shot back. You know how many times I stopped them from hitting your face? Yaori was completely speechless. So I should thank you for that. In the end, Yaori never got on the subway home. He regretted acting like an idiot, unable to argue back properly. All he did was block the guy. Sitting on the curb, Yaori got more and more frustrated. Just then, a black jeep suddenly stopped in front of him. Zhu Yunyuan rolled down the window. Turns out Yaori got lost after leaving the subway because he was upset. So he called Zhu Yunyuan to pick him up. But soon the man driving noticed something was off with Yaori. He thought he got scared from being lost. But as soon as they got home, Yaori suddenly went wild. Zhu Yunyuan was stunned. But he still sweetly satisfied him. Oh no. The baby's crying. Zhu Yunyuan pan. Time to make the scumbag pay. Last time we said after Yaori saw that person, he came back and dragged him into craziness. Although Zhu Yunyuan was pretty excited too, but after things calmed down, he noticed Yaori was still down. He didn't get why. Didn't you tell me to hold you when you got back? I did what you asked. But now you're moping around. Yaori froze. He didn't want to lie to his boyfriend, so he told Zhu Yunyuan the secret he'd been keeping inside. Turns out he had nightmares every month. Because before he dropped out, he was bullied. Just because rumors spread at school that he was an orphan. They said his name was Monday, so they started bullying him every Monday in different ways. Later he got used to being looked down on, so he wanted to just hang on until graduation. But then they said my friend was the one who wanted to bully me. That's when he ran away like a fool and dropped out. And those memories come back in dreams every Monday. Hearing this, Zhu Yunyuan couldn't help but hold him tight. And Yaori finally broke down crying, pouring out all his pain. I didn't want to see it. But today I ran into him on the subway. How did I finally forget? It wasn't until Yaori found him down that Zhu Yunyuan asked which high school he went to. What class? Yaori didn't think much of it. He told him his old high school and class. Zhu Yunyuan looked at Yaori still stuck in the past. He softly comforted him. This isn't true. After getting Yaori settled and making him go to sleep, Zhu Yunyuan went to the living room and made a call. And someone named Xizai. Meanwhile, Yaori lying in bed started to regret. Realizing it, he'd said everything. Now he was worried. Better not say anything next. Soon he fell asleep. And in his dream he dreamed of that person again, claiming to be his good friend, but getting others to bully him. Zhu Yunyuan, you're really something else. You dare to mess around on the school rooftop in broad daylight. Last time we said Yaori was finally comforted by Zhu Yunyuan. But as soon as he closed his eyes, he suddenly remembered the first time he met that person. Turns out both were orphans. But Jiang Xizai had been abandoned by adoptive parents twice and sent back to the orphanage. So two wounded kids became good friends. Making a friend for the first time made Yaori really happy. He was as happy as if he had found her. He thought Jiang Xizai must feel the same way. Well, turns out it was all in his head. Just then Zhu Yunyuan came back from his call. He found Yaori still awake. Then he climbed into bed shivering and happy. He felt guilty. I'm sorry. I hurt you without meaning to. Yaori was totally confused by the sudden apology. But little did he know, Zhu Yunyuan had already made a silent vow. Even if you don't care, I'm gonna deal with them good. Whether in dreams or in reality, I won't let them get anywhere near you. The next day Zhu Yunyuan noticed Yaori was distracted. So he asked him what he was thinking about. Turns out this guy was thinking about another man. Now Zhu Yunyuan was totally jealous. He lied to the teacher saying Yaori had a fever and needed to go to the nurse, but instead took him to the rooftop. Before Yaori could react, he was almost taken over completely. Luckily they stopped in time. But after calming down, Zhu Yunyuan asked that question again. Have you decided to go to art college with me? But Yaori said he decided not to go to college. He didn't want to bother him with tuition issues. That would make him feel greedy. While Zhu Yunyuan tried to persuade him. After all, that amount of money was nothing to him. But Yaori smiled. I appreciate it. Even if I don't go to college, you still gotta be my friend. He didn't expect Zhu Yunyuan to suddenly fall silent. He finally spoke. The greedy one isn't you. It's me. I want to go to college with you. Since you think painting costs too much, you can play while you earn 5 million won a month. How's that? Yaori, he instantly freaked out. The next day, although he was skeptical about what kind of job pays that much, but it was Zhu Yunyuan's brother, so he probably wouldn't make him do anything weird. So he showed up at the part-time job location as greedy. But when he saw who was inside, he was totally shocked. Never mess with a man who's outside. Otherwise he'll go crazy. Last time we got to Zhu Yunyuan personally interrogating the bullies. But as soon as he got there, he knocked out 2 of the 3 guys. And the only one still awake, the blonde was about to lose his mind. Who the hell is this guy? He came up asking how it felt to get beaten. At least let me answer. Finally, in the 1 second Zhou Yunyuan paused, he shouted,
It hurt like hell.
Are you doing this for that orphan Yuan Yaore? That was ages ago. Why are you flipping out now? As soon as he finished, he got another beat. Do you think you can say his name? I'll assume the blonde paid dearly for what he just said. That suffocating feeling made him piss himself. Disgusted, Zhou Yunyuan kicked the blonde away. The blonde knelt on the ground begging. Doing this, Zhou Yunyuan finally stopped. So why did you guys bully him? They said you started that. The blonde cursed his useless teammates lying on the floor. But he said it was because he was young and stupid. As soon as he said that, his tongue got burned badly. Next question, tell me, who's the Qizai? The blonde quickly answered Yaori's childhood friend. But Zhou Yunyuan didn't believe it. I suggest you tell the truth. Otherwise I'll burn your whole body. Scared, the blonde quickly said. When Yaori was being bullied, Qizai helped. They've been close since they were kids. Zhou Yunyuan instantly got it. No wonder Yaori called out his name so emotionally. But little did he know Zhou Yuan had been deceived. Turns out Jiang Qizai had already gone to the blonde. He bought him off, just to keep him from revealing he was the one pulling the strings. There was a crash and a group of men in black rushed him downstairs. Turns out Zhou Yun came to clean up his brother's mess. The blondie was relieved he finally escaped. In the car, Zhou Yunyuan was annoyed his brother interfered. But Zhou Yun he said fighting violence with violence won't solve anything. What if it affects Xiao? Ri. But Zhou Yunyuan disagreed. He finally forgot. I don't want him to remember. Even if I beat them all up, it won't necessarily make him feel better. But I can cover his past scars with. As soon as he said that, Zhou Yun chuckled. For you to say that, he must really be special. You can't do what you did today. If he finds out, he might run away. After he got out, Zhou Yun told him this is the last time I clean up your mess. If Dad finds out, you won't even get to go to college. Finally, despite Zhou Yunyuan's impatience, he warned him. Be good kid. Little did he know did his brother really need to tell him that. Look at this contact name, baby. This dummy doesn't even know how to spoil his husband properly. Oh no. Yaori's gone bad. He's actually playing tie-up games now. Last time we said the 2 cleared up the misunderstanding and made up. But after getting intimate, Yaori felt he still had a lot of secrets. So he suggested a question and answer game. But first they had to tie each other up to make sure no one could move. Yunyuan instantly freaked out. Turns out Yaori was the real pervert. He kept acting all innocent before. Yaori panicked. He stammered trying to explain. What are you talking about? Didn't you tie me up before? You did it to me first. And the ice cube. Before he could finish, Yunyuan burst out laughing. This is crazy. If you're so upset, get your revenge. But who knew this little guy would actually take it seriously? Looks like you've been holding a grudge for a while. Yaori felt so guilty. Not really, just a little bit. Yunyuan found the reason funnier. Then let it all out today. And blow off some steam. So Yaori really started going on and on. Why did you lie to me when we first met? And that guarantee thing. You only did that because you knew you had me, right? And you always act like nothing matters. But making me pass out every time is kinda scary. Just then, Yunyuan suddenly stopped. Yaori didn't get why. Until Yunyuan said he needed help. Yaori finally. He had to make him answer the questions properly. After a moment of silence, Yaori kept going. Where did you go Tuesday night? Actually, I saw the red lipstick mark on your shirt. If you have a girlfriend, you can't do this with me. Yunyuan quickly explained it was blood. There was an accident that day, someone got hurt. I must have gotten on me helping out. I was a bit shaken up and tired. It wasn't anything good, so I didn't tell you. But while Yaori was still shocked, the next second the rope around Yunyuan came loose. I care about you so much, and you're thinking these things. Yaori sensed big trouble. He quickly said he had laundry to do. Just as he was about to sneak, Yunyuan stopped him. If you run, I'll tie up your hands and feet. But Yaori ignored him and ran off. When it comes to who's more creative, our Yunyuan's got ideas. Last episode, Yaori had fun with his tie-up game, but Yunyuan secretly untied himself for payback. Yaori freaked out and ran. But soon the man chased after him. Yaori frantically stuffed clothes into the washing machine, still stubbornly explaining he wasn't trying to escape. I'm really doing laundry. Why won't you believe me? Then he shakily pressed the start button. But Yunyuan outside the glass door wasn't buying it. But to get him faster, he coaxed. Hello. Open the door quick. But Yaori didn't believe. You brought a tie just to tie me up. Yunyuan quickly explained. I need to wash it. That's why I brought it in. Innocent Yaori actually believed the big bad wolf. He opened the door. The next second, Yunyuan rushed in, then lifted him onto the washing machine. Yaori quickly said the tie wasn't even dirty, no need to wash him. But Yunyuan used the tie to blindfold him. Don't worry, it'll get dirty. Blindfolded, Yaori felt even. Nayan was getting more and more anxious. She couldn't help but she grabbed onto the mat. Didn't you say you wouldn't tie me up? Yunyuan went back on his word. I never said that. Then he pulled up Yaori's shirt and had him bite down on it. Don't move around. If it falls, you'll be punished. Everything went dark for Yaori. He couldn't move, but he knew his guy was mad. Just then Yunyuan pressed him, asking how he felt when he mistook the mark on my shirt for lipstick. Angry or jealous? But Yaori shook his head and said he wasn't angry. Yunyuan got even madder. Then he pushed even harder. Should I actually get a girlfriend to make you angry? Right then, the shirt fell. Yunyuan stopped and moved closer, saying the shirt fell, so there'd be punishment. Then he said he'd go get something from the room and walked out, leaving Yaori alone on the running washing machine. Just when he felt like he couldn't stay seated anymore, Yunyuan came back with a little. He asked Yaori, if I treated someone else like this, would you really not be jealous? Too childish rule. Yunyuan actually made his baby cry over an imaginary rival. Last time we talked about how Yunyuan out of jealousy went all out on Yaori. In the end, his tantrum made Yaori cry like crazy. Why? Is it because I didn't behave? If you give me another chance, I promise I'll bite down hard and keep the blindfold on. Seeing Yari so panicked, Yunyuan finally realized what he'd done. So he quickly took off the blindfold. Then he hugged him tight and said, "That's not what I meant. You seemed so into that exercise equipment, so I got annoyed. I was jealous." Yari couldn't believe Yunyuan was being so childish. But was he really jealous over that? It was such a ridiculous reason, so why did it make him so happy? But soon Yunyuan showed his true colors again. He wouldn't open the door to let Yari, who really needed to pee, go out. He started acting up again. "Thinking about you playing with those dirty people just really ticks me off. I want everyone to know you're mine. You belong only to me." But Yari didn't care what Yunyuan was thinking. He was about to lose it. He just wanted to use the bathroom. Finally, Yari broke down. Yunyuan smiled, satisfied. "Let's go take a shower." "Little puppy, what happened to Yari?" "What puppy? Don't call me that." But Yunyuan didn't stop. He kept going on about the puppy who wet his pants. Yari instantly lost it, grabbed his hair and yelled, "I did not." But then Yunyuan turned around like he was heading back. "Want to go check?" Yunyuan has a secret no one knows about. That's why he got close to Yari. One day after school, Yunyuan hurried to that like he always goes to. But Yari was furious at him, because this guy was messing with him again. Just then, something moved under his foot, and Yari jumped up, startled. He looked down and saw it was a little kitten. Then Yunyuan crouched down calling for cheese. Yari rushed over. But Yunyuan was petting the cat and smiled, saying, "I wasn't calling you." Yari instantly felt super embarrassed. But soon Yari got jealous. Yunyuan was so gentle with the cat. He didn't want the cat breathing in secondhand smoke. But with him, it was all teasing. He'd probably be fine with his lungs rot. Still, Yari was curious, and asked Yunyuan why he called him cheese. Yunyuan said because he's a dog, not like puppy who pees everywhere. Yari was instantly embarrassed and mad. He jumped up and ran outside. Yunyuan just laughed. "The more he acts like that, the more I want to cheese." He quickly chased after him to make up. But what Yari didn't know was that before Yunyuan even knew Yari, he lived a wild party life every day. But one day someone slipped him a drug. Watching such awesome videos on your phone, use the computer version of the app. Big screen videos are way better and clearer. User interaction and comments are smooth. Small window mode so you can work and have fun. Plus tons of free exclusive dynamic wallpapers from influencers. Download the app on your computer now. He stumbled into the alley, trying to let the freezing wind wake him up. But the pain in his stomach made him cry out. Just then, a boy feeding cats nearby noticed him and came over to ask if he was okay. But Yunyuan didn't want to deal with him. Seeing he wouldn't talk, the boy guessed he might be hurt. He rushed to call an ambulance. Yunyuan didn't want to make a big deal out of it, so he stopped him. He explained he was just hungry, but this guy didn't leave. Instead, he pulled out bread and cheese from his bag and handed it to him. It's one day past the expiration date, but should still be good. Yunyuan held the food, looking at this knave fool in disbelief. But the boy was still worried he had nowhere to go. As he left, he reminded him to find a warm place to stay. Back home, Yunyuan looked at the expired fruit on the table. Even though the burger was cold and tasteless, the rare kindness warmed his heart. After that, Yunyuan went back to school. He also cut ties with those bad friends. Then he worked hard to find that boy from night. Of course, he'd often go to the alley to feed the kid, just hoping to run into that boy again. Finally, his persistence paid off. Yunyuan found that boy. Yunyuan really knows how to play. He's got the cat play all set up. Last time, Yari ran home in a huff. Seeing him sitting on the couch not talking, Yunyuan asked if he was mad. Yari said I'm not, but still pouted and ignored him. Yunyuan quickly tried to make up. "I promise I won't tease you about being the Peking. Just calm down." Yari said it wasn't about that. Yunyuan asked him what was it about. Yari thought about it and said, "You make me rot my lungs with you, but you made the kitten stay far away. Plus, I didn't want to end up like this either. I'm not really sad, but how do I put it?" Yunyuan's brain short-circuited, but he knew Yari was overthinking again. Seeing he still didn't get it, Yari kept complaining. "You said I look like this. Then you turn around and say the cat's cute and won't let him breathe second-hand smoke. But you make me rot my lungs with you and I hate the smoke smell too." Yunyuan laughed after hearing it, then said, "I get it now. So you're jealous. And you're jealous of a kitten." Yari, exposed, instantly lost his cool. Face red, he rushed to explain, "I am not." Then stubbornly added, "Didn't you also get jealous over that fake prop last time?" But Yunyuan just laughed harder. "How can that compare to a kitten?" Then he said he almost forgot something and walked out. Yari was confused. Until Yunyuan brought something and put it on him. Then he instantly regretted. Yunyuan said smugly, "He wanted me to treat you like the kitten, right? Well, now I'm granting your wish." Can't even imagine how crazy Yunyuan will be when he finds out the truth. Soon it was the weekend, the day of the plan with Yanhao. Yari was restless because he didn't know how to tell Yunyuan. After all, Yunyuan had warned him before, so he decided to keep it from him for now. But his distracted behavior was already noticed by Yunyuan. He thought Yari was just tired from tutoring lately, so he suggested going to Namsan. But Yari just froze after hearing it. Yunyuan thought he didn't like that place. Yari hesitated, explaining he really liked it. But he had plans today. Yunyuan asked what plan. Yari knew if Yunyuan found out, he'd be furious. So he lied and said it was the director's birthday party. Yunyuan thought it wouldn't be right for him to tag along, so he told him to have fun and call when he's done so I can pick you up. Yari quickly refused, saying no need, it's close to home and I'll be back soon. Before leaving, Yunyuan carefully helped Yari fix his clothes, asked if he had his phone and wallet, and if he bought a gift. Yari felt even more guilty and quickly said he had everything. Then before Yunyuan could say more, he ran out. Yunyuan thought it was a bit suspicious seeing Yari leave in such a rush, but didn't think too much of it. But just half an hour later, he started missing Yari. Yari once said the director was like a mother to him. Yunyuan thought why not surprise Yari? So he immediately searched online for what gifts to bring when meeting a mother-in-law. Meanwhile, Yari was carelessly eating a big meal, then held his stomach saying he was stuffed. But thinking of Yunyuan home alone, he wanted to get back early. Just then Yanhao walked in with fruit. Looking at Yanhao with his bandages off, Yari remembered to ask how he hurt his arm. Yanhao said that day, "What you and Yunyuan were doing in the storage room." Got jealous and rolled down the stairs. The sudden answer left Yari at a loss. Yang Hao said I won't tell anyone, and I won't use this to blackmail you, but I liked him first. If I'd known you were open to it, I would have confessed to you first. I know it's too late now. But if I don't tell you, I'm scared I'll regret it. Meanwhile, Yunyuan was still picking out clothes at home. He just showered and put on cologne. Finally, he chose a suit from over 10 outfits. He even took off his earrings and studs, then slicked his hair back into a mature, steady look like his brother's, just hoping to make a good impression on the director. Yaori, you're so clueless. Yunyuan instantly went dark when he found out he'd been lied to. Continuing from last time, Yaori was shocked by Yang Hao's sudden confession. But Yang Hao said he knew he and Yunyuan were already together, so he needed to hear the rejection to give up. But Yaori said they weren't together. Yang Hao freaked out. If you're not together, then why were you kissing? Yaori was just as flustered because he didn't know either. Yang Hao got even more upset. Are you crazy? Or did that guy threaten you? But Yaori said he liked it too. Yang Hao was stunned speech. So what are you two to each other? Yaori said he didn't know either, but Yunyuan was really good to him. Yang Hao was even more curious. That guy really never told you he likes you. But Yaori didn't answer. Yang Hao was even more frustrated. Yaori still didn't get it and actually asked, isn't it embarrassing to say you like someone? Yang Hao said he's thick, skin so it's fine, but I definitely got rejected. Now Yaori quickly explained, I've always seen you as a cute little brother. If you like him, then confess or do something. Figure out what you two are. Otherwise, he's just a jerk playing with you. Now Yaori quickly defended him. Don't say that about Yunyuan. He's a good person. He's like a savior to me. Then he covered his face and started crying, saying he was done for. He didn't want to just be friends with Yunyuan. He wanted to always be with him. He'd go crazy over little things, so this must be love. Yang Hao didn't know how to comfort him. He told Yaori to at least wait till the rain stopped, but Yaori insisted on leaving, saying Yunyuan was waiting for him at home. Yang Hao exploded. You two are even living together. Yaori felt even guiltier and quickly said the school was close, then ran off. But on the bus, Yaori couldn't stop thinking about how to confess to Yunyuan. He thought if it failed, he might get kicked out, which made him hesitate. Meanwhile, at the orphanage, Yunyuan realized he'd been lied to. Even though he was upset, he still gave the carefully prepared gift to the director, then asked her not to tell Yaori about today. But on the way back, Yunyuan called Yaori countless times. They all went to voicemail. Meanwhile, Yaori panicked seeing Yunyuan's non-stop calls. He still hadn't figured out how to confess to Yunyuan, so he chose to ignore the calls, then sent him a text. But what he didn't know was that when Yunyuan saw his text, he lost it. What was he doing? Why did he lie? Or has he been lying to me all along? The sweeter it was before, the more painful it is now. Bojo is still chasing his wife at the crematory. Yunyuan made his baby mad just by getting jealous and talking nonsense. Continuing from last time, Yaori just got home and found Yunyuan sitting on the couch in the dark. Yaori still didn't realize how serious things were. I went to buy food so I got back late. But Yunyuan suddenly asked him if it was fun. Yaori thought he meant the party, so he said a bit guiltily it was fun. Been a while since we all met. Then Yunyuan repeated, was it fun? Yaori was confused. Yunyuan told him to hand over his phone. Yaori obediently handed it over just when he was wondering why Yunyuan was wearing a suit today. Yunyuan read out the text between him and Yang Hao. Asked if he was stupid, why did he lie? Then said he had 1 minute to think of an explanation. Finally, Yaori realized why Yunyuan was so angry. Yaori knew it was his fault, so he just apologized. But Yunyuan wasn't satisfied. Is the food I give you not enough? You had to lie to me and eat at someone else's place. Yaori felt even guiltier. I was scared you wouldn't let me hang out with Yang Hao, so I didn't tell you the truth. Yunyuan said then just don't go. And starting today, you're not allowed out when I'm not around. I'll check your phone every day. Don't even think about secretly contacting Yaori finally got upset too. He asked Yunyuan if this was really necessary. My brother and I aren't that kind of relationship. We're just bad buddies at most. But Yunyuan just stood there stunned, asking him what he was talking about. Yaori was about to explain, when suddenly Yang Hao's text came through. Yunyuan saw it and was instantly furious. Did you play games at his place too? I was wondering why your eyes were swollen. Did you cry because you had too much fun playing? You and I are bed buddies. So are you dating him? Yaori knew Yunyuan must have misunderstood. It's not what you think. We really just had dinner. Please believe me. But Yunyuan wasn't listening anymore. He angrily took off his jacket. He stood up and raised his hand. You already betrayed me, and you still want me to believe you. Yaori thought Yunyuan was going to slap him and flinched. But he couldn't bring himself to do it and grabbed his neck instead. If you're in someone's bed, what else could happen? Without waiting for Yaori's response, he pushed him onto the couch and started examining him. Yaori struggled to refuse, but Yunyuan was too angry to listen. He said you liked me so much before. What am I not enough to satisfy you? Now Yaori got angry too. Then what is our relationship? We're not dating, so if we're not bed buddies, what else could we be doing that stuff every day? And I don't want these unclear relationships. But Yunyuan laughed and interrupted him. Do those things even matter? We're not even bed buddies. Saying I'm your sugar daddy would be more accurate. So stop pretending you like me. Whatever Hu Yang can give you, I can give you everything. Around with him. The next second, he got slapped hard across the right cheek. His heart finally died. Yaori ran away. Yunyuan finally panicked. He knew Yaori was really done with him. Back to our story. Because of what Yunyuan said, Yaori completely broke down. He sadly admitted he did lie. But he and Yan Hao are really just good friends. It's different from liking you. If you think we have a sugar daddy relationship, because I eat your food and drink your drinks, so I did those things, then I'll sort out my feelings. And I hope you won't do things that make people misunderstand. He got up to leave. Yunyuan panicked. He grabbed him and asked where he was going. Yaori said he was going somewhere without you, then sort out his feelings. But Yunyuan said it was still raining hard. I'll go out, you stay home. But Yaori shook him off. This is your home. If anyone should leave, it should be me. But Yunyuan saw he was still bleeding. He quickly grabbed him again. Where are you going looking like this? Go to bed first. We'll talk about everything tomorrow. Yunyuan walked toward the door, but still looked back worriedly. When he came back from buying medicine, Yao Ri was gone. Yun panicked. He quickly picked up his broken phone and called. But the phone he bought for Yao Ri suddenly rang nearby. But Yuan still couldn't believe Yao Ri would really leave. So he told himself Yao Ri probably just forgot his phone. But when he was about to go look for him, he found the shoes he bought for Yao Ri neatly placed by the door. At that moment, Yuan finally understood that Yao Ri left with the intention of never coming back. Meanwhile, Yao Ri was sadly lying in a sauna room. He thought he was too greedy. After all, he had nothing, yet still hoped for feelings he shouldn't have. All he could really offer was his body. He thought about buying a new phone on his way to school tomorrow, then rent a place before going to Yin Zai's house. He would try hard to forget that person, and get back on his own track. Meanwhile, Yuan was going crazy looking for him. He ran through the heavy rain to the orphanage first. He ran to Yan Yu's house. But Yao Ri was nowhere. Yuan decided to calm down first. Maybe he'd come back tomorrow. But he held Yao Ri's phone until dawn with no messaging. Yuan got more anxious. Then suddenly several messages came through on the phone. While Yun Zai was complaining about Yao Ri in his brother's arms, the doorbell rang urgently. Yun Zai thought it was Yao Ri. She was complaining about giving him a piece of his mind. But when he opened the door, he saw Yuan looking hostile. Yuan didn't expect that even after he apologized, Yao Ri still wouldn't come home with him. Back to our story. The next morning, Yao Ri went to art school as usual. After class, he bought a new phone and rented a place near the school in the afternoon. After everything was done, Yao Ri went to Yin Zai's house. He even encouraged himself at the door. But he didn't expect Yin Zai wasn't as happy to see him as. Instead, he looked gloomy and asked why he came so late. Then Yin Zai dragged him toward the living room without explanation. Yao Ri saw him so urgent and asked if he had tried to contact him before. I changed phones so I didn't get it. Is there something urgent? As soon as he finished speaking, he saw Yuan sitting there. Yao Ri froze instantly. Yuan saw him and deliberately said he didn't expect to see him here. Yao Ri asked strangely why he was here. Yuan said what's strange about a brother visiting his brother's house. Yan Zai saw Yao Ri seemed a bit angry. He quickly explained he was threatened too. Time passed minute by minute. The two just silently stared at each other. Yan Zai was speechless, but both could see how haggard the other looked. Luckily, his brother came out and broke the silence. He invited Yao Ri to eat together. Yao Ri quickly said no, but Yuan said it was specially prepared because you came. So Yao Ri had to follow. Unexpectedly, his brother thoughtfully made a kid's meal for Yun Zai. Yuan got upset. Yao Ri doesn't eat shrimp. Why did you put garlic shrimp in front of him? Yao Ri quickly said it was fine, then started eating heartily. His brother asked Yao Ri if today was his first photo shoot. Yao Ri said yes, but he hadn't done this kind of work before. His brother said he was originally supposed to model, but he got fired recently because he didn't match the clothes. Yao Ri was instantly amused by his brother's work. Yuan wasn't calm anymore. Where are you two going? His brother didn't expect Yuan didn't know about that, so he explained that Yao Ri was Yun Zai's online store model. Yuan got upset. Why make him work? He's already a senior in high school. But Yao Ri said he wanted to do it himself. He can't get something for nothing. Yuan didn't respond. Instead, he gave Yao Ri some meat and asked where he slept last night. But Yao Ri didn't want to deal with him at all. I'll take care of feeding myself. He gave the meat back to him. Yuan was about to get angry, but his brother stopped him. Finally, Yuan said, then don't go out. The house is digging. Yao Ri refused. Why should I listen to you? But Yuan ignored him. Got it. Yun Zai. What could scared Yun Zai do? So they had to do the photo shoot indoors. But with Yuan staring the whole time, Yao Ri was too embarrassed to get into character. And Yuan watching Yao Ri dressed so cute got even more angry. Yan Zai saw this wasn't working. He decided to have Yao Ri try swimsuit photos first to get a feel for it. But as soon as Yao Ri stepped on the little bear, he fell headfirst into the pool. Yan Zai on the show just asked if he was okay. Then something suddenly flew past from the side. There was a loud splash. Yuan pulled Yao Ri out of the water, then turned and scolded Yun Zai for letting someone who can't swim into the water. Meanwhile, Yun Zai, who got splashed in the face, was speechless. The water is only 1.2 meters deep, really treating him like. Then he rudely told them both to get out and go home. Yao Ri wanted to follow when he saw Yun Zai leave. Yuan wouldn't let go. I'm sorry. Let's talk again. Why did you run away from home?
Let's go.
Yao Ri didn't expect that even now. Yuan still didn't know what he did wrong. He couldn't be bothered with him. Yuan could only keep apologizing. What I said yesterday was too harsh. But you know I didn't mean it. But Yao Ri felt even more wronged. How would I know what you're thinking? Yesterday I already said everything I wanted to say. So did you. He tried to break free and leave. Yuan quickly chased after him. I need you. Without you by my side, I'm going crazy, and I already apologized to you. But to Yao Ri's ears it meant something else. You need my body, right? Saying it like that makes it sound like you like me too. Yuan was indeed stunned. But Yao Ri said I still like you. If you don't like me, then don't try to keep me like this. An always meeting makes it impossible for him to sort out his feelings. So let's pretend we don't know each other for now. Yuan's heart right now felt like his new ear piercing, painful and itchy. He thought they had made up, but you two are pulling this on me. What serves you right for getting kicked out, Yuan? Back to our story. Yuan successfully got in using his birthday as an excuse. After blowing out the candles, he asked Yao Ri if he missed. Yao Ri honestly answered that he missed him too. He even wanted to forget everything and go back. But if I do that, I'll always depend on you. Then I'll expect things from you. Though that day he said they should pretend not to know each other to sort out. But he kept thinking about him. But he couldn't pretend nothing happened. Yuan saw how troubled Yao Ri was. He said not to think so complicated. Let's just be like before. And he promised to treat him better than before. Yao Ri was incredibly disappointed. Not dating, just bed buddies. Not lovers, not friends, not lovers, just ambiguous relationship. Yuan didn't expect him to stagger. He got real upset too. You always like this. Is there only that between us? Did you forget all the good times we had together? But this time Yao Ri didn't give in. What relationship do you want with me? I already showed you how I feel. So what do you think? Yuan said of course I want you. When you're not around I miss you. Sometimes I even get jealous over you. If it were someone else I would have tied them up and brought them home. But with you, I can't do it. Yao Ri didn't expect Yuan felt the same way he did. Not wanting you to hate me. so not wanting to do things that would make you hate me. So do you like me too? Boy, Yang Yuan did an answer. Instead, he leaned. Yaori immediately understood his intention, so he quickly pushed him more. Don't think you can just get away with this, then urged him to answer quickly. Yang Yuan actually seemed a bit embarrassed. Of course I like. Yaori froze instantly, but quickly said not that kind. Yang Yuan said, would you believe me if I said I love you? Do you know if what I'm saying is sincere? Why do you have to obsess over these words, when I can trust you completely? I'll say whatever you want to hear. Yaori looking at Yuan's shameless face was completely disappointed. Let's just be friends. Just regular friends who say hi when we meet. That would be best for us. Yang Yuan was stunned, but Yaori didn't give him another chance to speak. He wrapped the cake and handed it to him. I couldn't prepare a birthday gift for you. Just take this home to eat. Then he got up to see him out. Yang Yuan paned. He quickly grabbed Yaori's cloak. I'm not done talking. But Yaori wouldn't give him the chance. I'm tired, I want to sleep. You should go. All you knew when knew more words would be useless. Don't see me, I'll go myself. Sleep well. Finally, he patted Yaori's head and said see you at school tomorrow, then left with the cake. The security guard asked him why he was going so late. Staying out tonight again. But he completely ignored him. The guard was speechless. He clearly rented 2 rooms. Meanwhile, Yang Yuan kept thinking about Yaori's question. Do you like me? Turns out the redhead had other motives for finding him. But this also provoked Yang, making him finally realize the importance of having a title. Back to our story. The redhead provokingly asked Yonglan if he often bullied Yaori. He seems really scared of you. I shouldn't have called you. As soon Yaori came back from the bathroom, he worried she was tall, so he told Yang Yuan he wasn't feeling well and would go back first. Yang Yuan just watched as Yaori and the redhead left. After coming out, the redhead acted like they were close. He kept talking about old times, until he asked Yaori to remove him from the blocked list. Yaori from the refusal, then clearly stated his position that he wouldn't forgive. I thought you came to sincerely apologize, but seeing you keep bringing up the past, I think there's only one possibility. You're scared, aren't you? Afraid I'll expose what you did, so you want me to shut up. The exposed redhead still tried to play tough. What did I do? Did I hit you? Yaori called Misia getting others to do behind the scenes also counts as bullying. If it gets exposed, it's enough to ruin your current image. This completely enraged the red. He reached out and covered Yao. You have no proof. What are you showing off for? Yaori asked back, what if I do? Then he shook off the other's head. He warned, believe it or not, that's up to you. But if you come looking for me again, don't blame me for not being nice. The redhead didn't expect Yaori to be so infuriated. He raised his hand to slap him. Yaori simply cursed his. Unexpectedly, the redhead hesitated. He worried hitting the face would leave marks, so he changed.